Welcome back to Outside Views, where today we're talking about medicine, politics, and a man who needs no introduction, and that is Donald Trump. Because the former and now once again President of the United States is making headlines in the UK again. And this time it's about drugs, not the scandalous kind, the life-saving NHS kind. And here's the deal. President Trump is threatening to slap import tariffs on pharmaceuticals. Yeah, the very medicines that have until now been exempt from the kind of tariffs that cause trade nightmares. And the UK is listening, because a 10% tariff on imported drugs would hit them hard, really hard. So the Liberal Democrats are calling on the government to get ahead of that chaos. And their message to the Health Secretary? Get moving now. Helen Morgan, the Lib Dems Health and Social Care spokesperson, isn't mincing words here. She says they need a task force immediately, and one focused on protecting NHS funding and making sure patients don't wake up one day and find their medicines out of stock. Because Trump, she says, is playing bully politics. And the UK can't afford to play victim. And let's be honest, this isn't just theory, it's a real risk. More medicines around the world are tariff-free thanks to a 1995 World Trade Organization agreement, the famous WTO. And that deal kept drug costs low and stockpiles ready. But Trump's trade war logic doesn't follow tradition. If he slaps tariffs on medicine, the UK could face delays, shortages, and even price hikes. Imagine being told their insulin delivery has been delayed because of a trade row in Washington, or their cancer medication is suddenly more expensive because of a tariff tweet. And that's not dramatic. That's what's potentially on the line. And Helen Morgan says it's vital that the government prepare for every possible scenario, because if we learned anything from previous Trump terms, it's that unpredictability is part of the package. And she's demanding urgent stockpiling measures. And she wants reassurances for patients who rely on daily medication. And she wants the UK to send a message to Trump. We do have alternatives, because tariffs would usually be reciprocal. And the Lib Dems aren't just talking pharmaceuticals, they're talking geopolitics. Morgan wants to see the UK build what she calls an economic coalition of the willing. And that's the code for make other friends fast. Especially ones who won't hold their medicines hostage over a trade dispute. And it's not just a call to action, it's a warning. Because if Trump follows through, the NHS could find itself in a pharmaceutical pressure cooker. And the time to prepare isn't when the crisis arrives. It is now. So what should or could the UK actually do? And the government, I mean. Well, start with a supply chain analysis. Where do their medicines come from? Which are most vulnerable to disruption? And then begin strategic stockpiling. Not panic buying, just intelligence preparation. And next, clear communication. Reassure the public, especially the millions who take daily medication. People need to know their health won't be the next casualty in some transatlantic trade tantrum. And finally, diplomacy. Strength doesn't mean shouting, it means preparing, it means having alternatives. And yes, it might mean pushing back on Washington. Because nobody, not even a US president, should have the power to destabilize a national health service. So while it might sound dramatic to say Trump could threaten the UK's medicine supply, it is not far-fetched. It's global trade in 2025. It's politics with real-world consequences. And it is a challenge the UK can't afford to ignore. And as usual, if you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more clear takes on chaotic times. And this is Outside Views, cutting through global noise with clarity. See you next time, and the next video is right here in the end screen.